Welcome back to Late Night Gunpla with Talon Omega. Today, as it says, we're going to continue with RX-78-2 Gundam Beyond Global version. Last night, I forgot to turn top view on. I apologize for that. Let's see, alright. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yesterday I completed the legs and the hips. I haven't done the panel lining on it yet. I don't know, I might wait till the end to do that. But so far I was trying to get it to do the same pose that's on the front cover here. So that's the pose I'm trying to go for here. I think. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I got that done yesterday. Today we're gonna continue on. I think I will start in with the chest and maybe the arms, see how far we get through. Just as I was waiting for stream to start, I painted a bit on the eyes. Let's go side view here, see if you guys can see that. Oh, focus, there it goes. So yeah, I did a little the line around the back and on the put some gold on the eyes. Probably can't see it too well over the camera. Depending on if it gets done today or not, I may hit that with some gloss just to kind of lock it in, because or hopefully it dries by the time I finish this, so it doesn't rub off too much. But yeah, we'll see how that works out. So again, the idea today is we start in on the chest. Way. Alright. So that was not cleaned last night. How did I not clean that last night? Okay. Alright. That quick brushing on that. So I'm gonna start in now with step 1 that it says on here to build the chest and the backpack. Alright, so it says we need a 13 and 12. So 13 and 12 on this one. Wait, that's right. Just start the camera. So for that, I need to set a timer as well. So again, last night I started working on this one. Today, I mentioned yesterday that I might go to Frank & Sons, so I actually did go to Frank & Sons and picked up the Master Grade Gundam Mark version Ka. Tried to find a regular version. I didn't. That was the cheapest option that I found. It was 34 bucks. They had the new Master Grade version 3.0 for 50 bucks, I think. So I decided not to go with it this time, and instead I got the Katoki version. So that'll probably be built next once I finish this. I also ordered the real grade on the longest river of the world, so we'll see when that one comes in. Hey, thank you for joining, Valves. Thanks for coming on. Continuing building the high grade Beyond Global version of the Grandpa. I mentioned earlier that I picked up the Master Grade Katoki version of the Grandpa as well. I decided that I do have more money than sense. Welcome, Edgar. Thanks for joining as well. Again, this is why I have my apron kind of tucked in. So I mentioned it earlier before anyone came on, but I also did. Oh, and I started cutting off without recording because I've been jumping around a lot. All right, set the timer, set the recorder. Wait, that is too low. All right. So I painted the eyes a bit and with gold and the black liner. So hopefully by the time I get to them, that'll be done. F1 30 23 23. So yeah, I'm doing all the different grades of the RX-78 now that I've done that. Last week I built the entry grade, so this week I'm building the high grade. Got the Katoki master grade and ordered the real grade. Not sure yet if I want to 12. Also, there's 12. Is that what I had? No, that's not what I had off already. So the real grade's coming in. I don't know if I want to get the perfect grade. Again, the cheaper version. I might go with the older perfect grade if I do, instead of the Unleashed, just because the older version is 180, I think I saw it was, whereas the perfect grade Unleashed is 300. So yeah, not going with that one. My catch-all here. So again, since this is an inner frame part, I'm just gonna be doing the filing here of these parts. Not really gonna be doing too much extra. Where'd that go? There it goes. Yes, you're over here. Ooh. Yeah, there's those. Where are you? Alright. So, kind of just, yeah, there it goes. Again, so these are inner frame pieces. Not really going to do much more than just that to take the nubs off. The last one go. Should have been up here. Alright, so we'll just do that. Alright. So, and then you. So far I have been enjoying this build, particularly because again, a lot of these nub marks are in kind of hidden places, so you don't really have to worry too much about the sanding, filing. This is one of the more visible parts of it. So I'm not entirely sure if that line there is, yeah, it's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna work to get rid of it on all of it. Stress mark. So yeah, it's more of a kind of leftover of the injection molding. So I'm gonna try to smooth it all out, but so all these other parts, just gonna buff with this. I think that super big part. This part is which way? Yeah, that's gonna be visible also. So I'm gonna have to get that part too. Yeah, it's not exactly a panel line, but again, it's an injection molding line from the two pieces of the mold. That's where they kind of joined up. So, what grids do I want to use here? I think I'll just go 800 for this part right now. Generally, I try to only go one direction, but this one's kind of funky. It's kind of a little valley there. I should have gone 800 or 600 and 400. Oh, actually 600 probably could have gone too. Alright, come on. Almost with 800. Definitely have to do this. Alright. Alright, there it goes. That's the 800. 12, 15. Yeah, we'll do those. 1,000, 1,200, and 15. So let's do 1,000 grit here. That's 1,000, 1,200. So I got a set of DSP, kind of buffing sponges. Well, I got two sets of them. One set is, what are these? 180, 280, 400, 600, and 800. And then another set is 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. I don't think I generally will go much past, these. And then I'll probably use this to just kind of buff it out. There it goes. Yeah. That's most of that one. Alright. Okay. Now, did I even... Oh yeah, I did get that one. Alright. Holding this piece a little too tightly. Feel my thumb hurting. Alright. Ouch. Alright. Let's try to get the whole piece. Protect that. A stress mark on there as well. No, actually not a stress mark. Again, it's part of the process of injection molding the inside of the what's that piece called? Of the nub. There we go. So that's what I'm looking for. The inside of the nub kind of cools at a different level. Doesn't exactly get fully kind of cured at the same speed as the rest of it, and so it remains as a little discolored part. Generally not a problem if you're kind of painting. Alright, time on that. Pausing that. Hydration break. Didn't actually get my water this time, so I'm just drinking a soda squirt today. So yeah, that's where we are. Again, really need to loosen that part. So yeah, so I was saying, I got the little DSPA, whatever, kind of sets of sanding sponges. Generally, yeah, I figure I use 400 and 800. 180 I might, although generally that's what the God hand nippers are for at that point. Kind of might do that if I want to if I can't get a good cut from the nippers, might use the 180s and that low. But yeah. Massaging the hand. Phone. No messages. Alright. Just making sure. Alright, so yes. I need 4 and 8 again. Alright. Let's go top view again. Alright. Although for camera we'll go side view. Top view is still for this. So alright. 400. Wait. Alright. 800. Add 10, 12, 15. Alright. buffing stick. All right. So let me see here. There it goes. Keep that. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's do it that way, and then you guys there. Oh shoot! Did I forget to set the alarm? Yeah. All right. So keep an eye on that. And then, all right. So this has the shoulders open up this way. Let's see. Yeah, they started doing this kind of gimmick movement for a lot of the other ones, a lot of the newer ones, where the shoulders kind of flex in and out like this, and then also move up and down. Ooh. Did I? No. Okay. Yeah. All right. These are correct. All right. So A2, A14, A2. Chest piece. Right. Yeah, this all goes inside, so I'm not gonna. I forgot to clean off the glass file, so we'll see. trying not to saw back and forth with the file, but this is the part that's kind of hard to get at. I mean, again, probably doesn't matter, this piece. That part won't really be seen. So I can leave that. Just make sure I get this part kind of buffed. Goes. So yeah, there's the shoulder gimmicks. Up and down. Alright, F122. There goes. Two, 120. Used 15, E14, and F119. 19. Alright. FE. E15. Four. E3. Goes. A3, yeah. So I'm missing that one. Alright. June. Okay. Well, a little worried about doing this. Probably still should be worried, but this kind of seems to be working. Again, the thing I'm liking about these is that most of the nubs seem to be on these little nips, these little lips that kind of small angles. It's easy enough to kind of just file off without messing up the line too much. Oh well, that one did. What was that last one there? Most likely. Yeah. Alright. So again. Two. That's been stopped for a bit. Alright. So, hydration break time again. Anyway. Did you guys get dropped or what's going on here? Says my connection's still good. Says it's still recording. I don't know what's going on. Check my feed here. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm showing up. I'm a little delayed. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, well, if you're still on, thanks for being on. If I've frozen, well, hopefully you can refresh and come back on and let me know. It says there's one viewer, but when I look on users, it shows no one. Anyway, but alright, yes, I'll let that timer run out. So yeah, I should do that while I'm at it too. Glass file. So I have really enjoyed the Razer glass file. I have liked it. I also had the again the display one. Did not like it as much. It kind of felt like it left a lot more grooves on my stuff. So it looks like it's dirtier. I don't know. Feels like didn't quite do too good a job. So it becomes my kind of travel glass file when I'm gonna go build something kind of somewhere else and I don't want to bring all my actual good stuff. I'll usually take that one instead and do it that. But here at home, using the Razer, I really am liking it. You know, picked up one of these. Should actually probably cut it now if I can use both ends, because I think both ends are this. Anyway, later. I mean, I do have some scissors that I could use. Trim. Let's do that now. We'll see. Alright. Alright, start timer. Start recording again. So, yeah. Alright, let's go back to over shoulder. So left off with this piece here. Yeah. So now E4. Alright, let's see how this will work. Again. That there. Alright, so allows for that movement. And then you can click on there. Okay. So it's got this rotation, a little bit of that rotation. Alright. So it says you put the head on first and then back part of here. Wrong end. Just kind of rough that up a bit. and kind of smooths it out then. Buffs it out. Right. Again, all these are in parts that no one will really see, so just kind of quick pass to smooth it out, to make sure it fits in, no problem, doesn't catch or anything. Alright, so let's do first. Head kind of rotates forward and backwards. But then it being a ball, the head can rotate afterwards. And then now this part. Alright. Goes. Okay. So now I've got chest. The shoulders constantly look like they're hunched up. I don't know what's up with that. The shoulders look like they're constantly hunched up. So 26, 25. Yep. So these two. And B1. Sorry for that bean I had for lunch. I apologize. There's a Simpsons quote for everything in there. Time to pause again. That looks like it's not recording. Again, what's going on with chat? What is up with that? Says my internet is kind of acting up. I mean, the wife is probably on streaming something or other. But yeah, says I'm the only one on. Well, it says that one person is on. Let's do producer stuff. That'll be later. Just manager. Excuse me. Okay. So, I'm not sure what that was about. So, can it show me who the viewer is? Is there? Should be. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much more time figuring that out, but yeah, I don't know what that's about. Alright, let's go back to top view. More stuff here. Follow you this direction as well. Got the beam sabers. chest done. Touch you. Alright. So arms now. It's 10 o'clock. Colored it early or just starting in the arms. So that's what that one is. Number 2. Alright, yeah, I'm starting on that. 2. 6 and 5. Four. One. Eventually. Down to that. So use that eventually. 3. Let's get that one too. And same with all of those. Four? Yeah. 4, 5, and 6. All right. And that looks like it's it for F2. All right. This stuff done. side. Yeah, that side. Box in. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, that's inside, so who cares? Okay, so that side comes out, and make sure that part is out. We're ready to finish these. Just trying to get these done before I have to pause here. Come on. All right. Hydration break again. Let's break up all these extra little pieces that are kind of not actually falling in. Trying to get my next crack pop or whatever. Alright, just put it up again. Yeah, I don't know why it gets extra blurry when I start recording, but it's the price I'm willing to pay to make sure that I've got the quality video. That one's already done. letter D1. D1 here. D1, 5. Probably need to do those two. Which I'm gonna need 5, or 12. We'll see if I get there. All right. Then B4 on 4. B2, 4. Those got locked in, that's right. Okay, I remembered that. Right, now, addition. Need to work on all these. So this has double problem because it looks like there's mold line and there's a detail. I'm trying not to erase. I'm trying to maintain it and not lose it. Welcome back. Thanks for joining again. I was wondering if something was going on with my chat because I had 2 people kind of comment early on in the beginning and then they just kind of disappeared on me, so I'm not sure what that was, or if they just kind of jumped on, said hi, and kind of left again. Welcome back, Ray's. Reiner, yeah. Let's try this. Doing the hands now. Let's go sideways. So, kind of trying to do a bit of the wrist collar. Is that a collar? Whatever. That's that little bit there. And as I said earlier, there's a mold line on it that I'm trying to get rid of, while also not getting rid of what seems to be a little detail piece there too. So It's kind of a little extra frustrating there. I mean, doing the arms now, so getting all that piece. I just kind of cut everything off, the runners, and kind of, well, all the pieces from the F runner just to get them off, because I saw they were all being used. So, yeah, trying to get this done and not lose a little bit of detail while getting rid of the mold line or mold seam. Did I start that? Yeah, okay. Okay. Shows. You know what? Why am I bothering? It doesn't get. It doesn't show. Yeah. Yeah. Most of these are what would probably be polycaps. Well, no, that part wasn't before. Wouldn't have been. But yeah, pretty much all the F runner on this is probably would have been polycaps. I think on other ones. So yeah, gotta remember that most of these gray Fs are not going to be on any part that's visible. So I'm kind of just gonna do a rough they are different. Where did I leave them? Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, well, I'll talk about it once I stop recording. But let's get this part done right now. Yeah, it's when I got to that part, I kind of mentioned that a lot of the newer kits are doing that kind of joint for the shoulder, kind of letting it do that rotation forward and then up and down. Actually, yeah, definitely do this part. But yeah, that piece was different on the entry grade, because the entry grade was just up and down, kind of this, but again, the kind of rotates in and out. I just noticed that has a pen. Come on. It has a seam line on it. Alright. So, pausing that. So, yeah. So it does this little bit. And again, like, so this is different from the other ones that I've seen. The Masquerades kind of are starting to do that kind of shoulders rotation as well. But I forget which one did I build that had that. Was it the... Oh, there's another real grade I think that or high grade that I built that kind of had that. The shoulder part pops out. Yeah. Only problem is I don't know if I put it together wrong or something, but it feels like it constantly has like a hunched shoulder. Like they don't actually relax down. But yeah, there's that. Also for you, I did make it out to that hobby kind of swap meet. I picked up at least the master grade version car because it was cheaper. It was $34. And I did order the real grade from the Lung River in South America, so I'll be having that coming in sometime this week. And while I was there, again, the cheaper option because the Unleashed was $300. The older perfect grade was I think 130, 180. I'll have to verify that. And so that was a little closer. Yeah, because like they had the version 3 master grade for like $50. $20 cheaper for a version cow with a lot more details, much as I am disliking the details. So yeah, that's where I am right now on that. Yeah, let's get back to it. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah. There it goes. Get that one too. Yeah. Alright. Doing silly, stupid little mistakes. Not really a mistake, but yeah, that piece also. Like this one, I'll leave until I close up that seam, so I can make sure I don't get any extra pieces out. The waist joint is also kind of funny on this one. Is like it has rotation this way and kind of popping up and down on the shoulder part, so kind of funny in that sense too. Alright, there, finally. Now can I finally start putting it together? That one. Ah, okay. So extra little gimmick on that. That's cool. Kind of like that cloth piping material, but I get using it sparingly. Ah, okay. Hold on. I'll still do it. I'll still run with that. Let's see. Yeah, keep using that. Yeah, the waist is pretty solid there. All right. Let's at least sand some of that off. Then we'll go 4 and 8 again. Do it this way. Alright. Kind of get rid of that using sanding sponges instead. I'll try not to go too overboard. I'm losing the detailing. That's 400. Okay. Okay, good. It's not just me. It isn't just that I did something weird with the shoulder putting it together. Good to know. Again, I was worried that it was something that I'd kind of messed up, but confirmation is always fun. It's always good. Helpful. Alright, 800, 1012, and 15. Next, go a little overboard, I admit. Probably don't need much more than the 1012 on this. But again, I like to be thorough on this part at least, with when doing the sanding. Should see about getting a scriber next, just because make sure I get these kind of little details back. Don't lose too much from them. especially while doing this kind of sanding. Sometimes the detail can get lost with it. Try going over it with X-Acto after this. 12 and 15. Well, I mean, it's a design choice, it looks like. So I'm not really complaining about this part. I want to make sure that it comes through. At least because I know it's there. Sometimes like those kind of gaps kind of surprise you and you're left like trying to figure out how you want to save them. Okay. Pretty well. Yeah, that kind of got all that stuff out that gap. Yeah, this will probably need the X-Acto a bit. Alright, that worked. Alright, and after you, these guys. We'll have to see if I have a minute. Okay. Finish this piece now that my watch is buzzing, telling me thumbs up. Alright, so now we'll see. To make the perfect MG with all the previous MG's parts, I would in a frame from the 2.0, head from 3.0 feet from the origin. Okay. Conversion con, exterior design. Okay. So yes, I also wanted to show that before this started, come on, focus. There it goes. Come on. There. Close enough. So yeah, I did a little kind of work on those eye parts. Might yeah. I'm not gonna get to the head today, so I'll probably hit that piece with some gloss to lock it in and make sure it shows through. I, hit it with just the panel liner, so that's why I want to hit it with the gloss to lock it in, because I know once I'm working on taking it off, my fingers are just going to rub that off, and then, you know, put a little gold marker on the eyes for that. So it's not going to show through very well, but again, it'll be a little detail that I know is there that I can see. I was contemplating, is it this one? What is this? Yeah, holographic silver, because I have holographic silver and holographic red. Are these the only ones I have? Oh, I do have holographic yellow. I want that, but how can I think about it? Have I used that one? No, I haven't used the holographic yellow yet. Yeah, probably could have done that. Again, it's too small. No one would see it. I used the holographic red. I tried to use it on the Zaku 1. Actually, no, I did it for the mono eye, and then when I was gonna redo it with another color, I was gonna use the holographic silver. It flew off and landed somewhere over here on the desk. Oh yeah. Okay, good to know. Thank you for that information. I'll have to keep that in mind. Let's go back. Okay, so there's that one. So yes, I have done this one. So let's work on. Shoot. Should have done that while I was talking away. Not that one. This one. Yeah. Caught myself rushing when cutting. Don't want to rush too much, because rushing is how you make mistakes. Rushing is how you break a piece. And try not to break a piece. So, yeah. Talking with a friend today, the ones I went to Frank and Sons with, that I'm kind of tempted to pick up Gundam Breakers for days where kind of feel like I end a good kind of piece of building. I don't want to start in on another like section, so that I can still do some building without actually building. Although I also have Model Builder, so I might do that one instead. Might go back to that. I did it one time. Alright, so share. Starts back. So yeah, I might pick up Breakers, although personally I've been kind of playing Monster Hunter Rise again. I'm a big Monster Hunter kind of fan. Been playing it since Freedom United, although I do have the PS2 version of it. Imported the PS3 version of Third, so I could play it online on the PS3 way back in the day. What was that? The mid 2010s, so long ago. But so yeah, tempted because it would be more gunpla building, and at least from what my friend was saying, who I was talking to, it seems like Breakers kind of is focusing a bit more on the single player game, so that could help. I mean, I bought a PS4 one. Can't remember which one it was, and I played it for like all of maybe 2 seconds. Alright, so then upside down and yeah. Okay, looks like that's it. That little detail, and it hides that. Alright. Now snaps that one. Alright. There it goes. And then these are obviously gonna go on this side. Okay, so now C1, C7, 6, and 8. C. Alright. 9 and 7. Yeah, jumping ahead a bit, sure, but 13. So only one gets an open hand. Oh, I'll just be an extra open hand hanging around. So one thing I have heard, at least with this new one, is that there's the scaling and kind of being able to put them wherever. So the person I was talking to said that they saw someone who had basically built a Pikachu out of Gundam parts in the game, just because they'd kind of put all the pieces in random parts. Well, not random parts, but they were able to. Well, you know what? This hand, I may as well wait till. Yeah, I should attach it right now on the piece, on the runner. Do that. Yeah, that probably would be kind of cool, actually. Or how about a high def Super Robot Wars instead of the little sprites that they put them in all the time? There it goes. Put it on the runner. Alright, so hand, shoulder, and shoulder pads. Okay, yeah, probably be done with at least the arms, and then it'll just be the head next week. Because I'll go a little over. It is a holiday. I don't got anywhere to go tomorrow. I've just got a 7 and a 2-year-old who will wake me up at like 6 in the morning. Because on weekends they sure love waking up early. Well, you know what? Maybe a mix of Dynasty Warriors and Super Robot Wars, just throwing them all in 3D versions. Then you get all those interactions too. Dynasty Warriors would constantly get interrupted by the kind of talk boxes anyway. So, alright. Start that up again. We'll see. Actually, yeah, why wouldn't the Dynasty Warrior style work for Super Robot Wars? Thinking about it. So that's one. Alright. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you make a point there. I would lose a bit of that. That's not good. Nope, that's not you. Whew. Not as bad. I mean, I have been at the point where I think I was talking yesterday, building at a con where I had a piece fall onto the ground and it was polycap gray on basically a gray floor. So, yeah, at least this was just kind of, I hope I didn't lose it under some other part of the desk. There's that one. hands. Burning finger. No, not quite. It's jazz hands. I think I remember seeing that one. This was years ago. Another life. Where I went to E3 and I saw a like Gundam game being played that you could, jump into the units and kind of stomp around in them. It was really cool. It was early in production, at least of the one I remember. Alright. Okay, so then it's saying attach it here. Yeah. Attach it to the ball part. T-pose. That'll be 2. 1. Yeah, and this one. Gonna be done with B2 here. And then the D's. Oh, the D's are done as well. Done. A, B, E, C, E, and F. Yeah. Wait. Put that. All right. Yeah. Fine. Gonna save the head for. Well, no, like I said, we'll probably go a little long today. that visible. I gotta do it over here where the camera definitely does get it. So how do these go in? Okay. So saying now rotate them, and then set these in. There it goes. Okay. It's just a little pain to get in because you gotta get it over the lip. There it goes. Okay, that's how that is. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I don't know why these cameras are so kind of have such a delay sometimes. I don't know what that's about. Alright. So now shoulders, extra hand. Alright, so yeah. Been catching nubs on the apron, which I mean again, kind of the idea behind the apron. What was I going to do? Oh, yes, just thought about this too. So let's do this a little brushing too. Make sure I get all of that stuff off. All right. So yeah, finishing the shoulders and then doing the head, and then next week decide if I start with the master grade or start with the real grade. I don't know which one I want to go with. Real grade or master grade? Because I mean, I've got the Katoki real grade or perfect grade or master grade. Yeah. I may run a question, a choice on my Twitter, X, whatever. Let's see what people think should be started. So. I mean, these are the razors. So the Razer Keo Pros, both of them, front and side and over shoulder are risers. Top view is a Canon camera, so that's why I'm using that one to record. I'm trying to make sure I have all of that. Could be that my computer is slowing down. I probably should restart it before streaming. When was the last time I restarted it? Some point last week? Previous week? Yeah, because there was an update. So yeah, that might be it too. Okay, yeah, that's recording. Yeah, let's keep going overhead. Alright, good. to do, because again they're on those extra little ledges. I like that. The RX-78. I mean, obviously but I'm not sure which version. I guess I'll have to wait until it comes in on Tuesday and see which one it is. But let's see. I'll bring it up right now. Oh, I'll bring it up when I finish streaming. Yeah, I mean, I was half tempted to pick up the Titans version because that's the only one they had available at Frank & Sons, but I decided against it. They said they were getting new stock sometime this week, and so they'd probably have it available next week. I don't want to make another trip out there next week, so I just decided to order it from the River site. Did I start? Okay, yeah, start the timer. Okay, so shoulders. Actually, yeah, I'll probably still stream next week. I think I will go over to the head, or I don't know. Yeah, all right, so let me look it up right now. Oh, let's find it. Yeah, just says Bandai 163280. So hey, wow, there it goes. Yeah, fortunately it doesn't have the box, so yeah, it's Bandai Spirits. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you reminded me. Yes, the weapons still need to get done. So yes, I will kind of call it here. Stop that one. So yeah, I mean, pretty good. Yeah, I'll do the head, weapons, and then panel lining next week. Hopefully I do it next week. I might have what was supposed to happen this week next week. We'll see how that plays out. But at least as of now, I have the plan. Yeah, it comes with, from what it seems, like just the beam saber, or the gun, and the shield. So yeah, probably go with that next week. That'll give me that chance to hit that piece with the, like I was talking about. Ooh. I might hit the I might do the holographic yellow on this piece. Let's go top here. Yeah, I might do the holographic yellow on the piece because that's the part for the gun. use it just because I'll be able to see it. I mean, as is, again, I'm the only one who'll be able to see the gold eyes, so yeah, I may do that because that's the only parts left, and then yeah, hit it with some, yeah, use the Gundam marker airbrush that I have and do that. Oh, pre-assembled. Only real grade I built was the double O. Yeah. So that was the only real grade, and that was the only experience I had with it, which soured me on real grades. Again, it was kind of silly. It was more, I know I screwed up on the arm, the little kind of holographic bands that it has. I accidentally cut off one of the notches that's supposed to go on. Kind of got some way to get it to work, but every once in a while that piece kind of flies off. And so I did that, and then the part that really got to me was all the stickers and details, because I couldn't actually use the little kind of needle nose tweezers that I have. They were too big, apparently, too clumsy. So wound up using an X-Acto knife to kind of align the pieces and then and then put it on. So it kind of soured me on the experience. So we'll see how it treats me. Pause you. Use that timer. We'll have to decide. I'll have to see. Does it? Let's look at the instructions. Oh, so we can double fist the beam sabers. It looks like. Ah, I see. Okay, and the shield goes on the backpack. Okay, I'll have to see how I decide to do that. But that's where we are right now. So that's what we got so far. T-pose. So yeah, I will call it here today. A little over, quite a bit over actually for me. So thanks Reiner for being on and chatting with me again. Should be coming back next Saturday. We'll see how that plays out. I might have family things to attend to next weekend, so we'll see. And yeah, be back Saturday and then Sunday as well if I am. If not, most likely the following week. Again, Reiner, thank you for being on. Lost the 2 people. Again, we'll see when it comes in. And yeah, I'll still need to decide if I want to build the master grade or the perfect grade or the real grade. Thanks for being on. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.